everyone, and good evening. Welcome to the Linglobe channel. This time, we'll be bringing you content about preserving the world's languages for the future. Please enjoy it to the end.
Imagine waking up on a Tuesday. It's minus 40 degrees outside.
Oh, wow.
Right. Your breakfast is a cup of warm, raw reindeer blood.
Quite the morning routine.
Yeah, and your morning commute involves packing up your entire house, rounding up your family, and moving everything you own miles across a completely frozen wasteland.
Which just sounds exhausting.
It really does. Welcome to Linglobe Voice. Today, we are opening the Linglobe materials to explore a group of people who make the absolute harshest environment on Earth look like, I don't know, a canvas for human ingenuity.
It's true.
Yeah.
And to really understand how they manage that, we need to jump into the very first slide in our materials, which is a brief introduction.
Oh, right. The slide title is The Spark Against the Snow, an introduction.
So we are talking about the Nenets. They're an indigenous group, a nomadic people of the Russian Arctic.
Okay.
And they live primarily in a region called Yamal. Now, in the Nets language, Yamal actually translates directly to the end of the world, or the edge of the land.
The end of the world. I mean, that sounds like a place you aggressively avoid, right? Not a place you actively choose to build a society.
You would think so, yeah.
But the core theme jumping out of the Linglobe materials right away is that the Nenets maintain this brilliant, vibrant spark of life despite this freezing, barren landscape.
Exactly. They don't just endure the colds.
Right.
They actually thrive in it. And they do that through this deeply dynamic nomadic lifestyle and, these really profound spiritual ties to nature.
So they aren't just surviving.
No, not at all. That spark is generated by their movement.
Yep.
They haven't conquered the Arctic. They've basically partnered with it.
That's a great way to put it. So let's actually map out this end of the world. Our next slide is titled The Arctic Domain, Where the Nenets Roam.
Right, so let's look at the geography.
The materials say we're looking at the Yamal Autonomous Okrug. That's their tundra and subarctic heartland.
Yeah, but they also move through secondary regions. So you have the Timur Peninsula, the Komi Republic, and the Arkhangelsk Oblast.
And the climate data here is just, well, it's staggering.
Oh, it's brutal.
Winter temperatures routinely plunge below minus 40 degrees Celsius. I mean, I struggle to take the trash out when there's a little frost on the driveway.
We all do.
So asking you to imagine trying to pack up and move your house in minus 40 weather, I mean, I just marvel at how they migrate these vast distances across northern western Siberia.
And they do it in perfect rhythm with the reindeer.
Right, but how? It seems physically impossible.
Well, you have to understand that at minus 40, the actual physical properties of the world around you change completely.
Like what?
Like metal becomes dangerously brittle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and if you breathe too deeply, the moisture can literally freeze in your lungs.
That is terrifying.
It is. So this geography dictates a really aggressive, relentless lifestyle. This isn't just about surviving the cold.
Right.
Staying in one place in the tundra means your herds are going to exhaust the local lichen and moss that they need to eat. So movement isn't some sort of cultural preference for them. It's a harsh biological mandate. To remain static is to perish.
So they have to migrate in perfect rhythm with the seasons. And the engine powering that relentless migration brings us to the next slide, which is titled The Reindeer Web, the core of Nenets culture.
The reindeer really is everything to them.
It is. The materials actually break this down into 5 facts, or pillars.
Let's hear them.
First is mobility, because the reindeer provide sled transport. Second is shelter. They provide heavy skins for the Chum, which is their tent. Third is sustenance, meaning meat and blood. Fourth is attire, offering thick fur for the extreme weather.
Yeah, you need that at minus 40.
Absolutely. And fifth is economy. They act as the foundation for trade, tools, and just general community wealth.
It's incredible.
I mean, looking at this list, the reindeer is basically the ultimate Swiss Army knife of the Arctic.
That's a really good analogy. But, taking that Swiss Army knife idea a step further, the reindeer isn't just a piece of equipment.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not just livestock to be passively extracted for resources. The Nenets actually consider the reindeer a sacred and highly vital entity.
Oh, so it's a deeper connection.
Much deeper. What we are really looking at here is a complete self-sustaining web of life.
Right.
The humans protect the herd from predators, like wolves, and they guide them to fresh pastures. And in return, the herd provides the literal biological building blocks that the humans need to exist.
So it's a true partnership.
Yeah.
Center of gravity might actually be a better way to put it.
I agree.
Because everything in their society orbits the reindeer, even the literal roof over their heads, which brings us to the structure they call home. The slide is titled The Chum, Masterpiece of Arctic Engineering.
The Chum is absolutely fascinating.
It really is. The materials describe it as a cone-shaped, hyperportable tent built on a wooden pole framework.
Yes.
And it's wrapped really tightly in layered reindeer skins to trap the interior heat. Plus, it's engineered to be rapidly assembled and disassembled during those big seasonal migrations.
It has to be fast, considering the cold.
Exactly. And I look at modern, high-tech synthetic camping gear selling for thousands of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to push back on our modern definition of high-tech because this millennia-old indigenous design seems to completely outperform all those modern tents.
Oh, without a doubt. And if we break down the why, it's really a perfect marriage of aerodynamic form and thermal function.
How so?
Well, think of that conical shape. It ensures that brutal Arctic winds just deflect around the structure.
Oh, right, instead of hitting a flat wall.
Exactly. If it hit a flat wall, it would just blow the tent over. At the same time, the reindeer hides themselves are highly specialized.
Because they're thick.
Yes, but also because reindeer hairs are actually hollow.
Wait, hollow. Like a tiny straw.
Exactly like a tiny straw.
Yeah.
And those hollow hairs trap dead air inside them, which creates this superior layer of insulation.
That is genius.
It really is. It keeps the heat from the central fire locked tightly inside, designed specifically for sub-zero survival.
Even when a massive blizzard is raging outside. And you can pack the whole thing onto a sled in under an hour. I want to circle back to what's cooking on that central fire inside the Chum, though. Well, what isn't cooking?
Right, the food.
Let's read the next slide. It's titled Sustenace of the Tundra, the Nenets diet.
This is a really interesting part of the culture.
It is.
Yeah.
So the materials note that their diet consists of fresh, raw reindeer meat, nutrient-dense blood, plus freshly caught muksun.
Which is a type of whitefish.
Right. And salmon, which they catch from frozen rivers. Now, I have to play the skeptic here for a second.
Go ahead.
As someone who relies heavily on the grocery store, the produce aisle, the concept of just drinking raw blood is a massive shock to the system.
It definitely sounds intense to an outsider.
Yeah. I just keep wondering, how does an entire society survive without a single piece of fruit or a vegetable?
It all comes down to stark biological necessity. You have to remember, the ground in Yamal is solid permafrost. Agriculture is completely impossible. You can't grow anything. But obviously, your body still demands vitamin C to prevent things like scurvy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Without citrus or leafy greens, wouldn't you just get scurvy?
You'd think so. But when you consume fresh, raw reindeer meat and warm blood immediately after a harvest, it actually retains a sufficient amount of vitamin C to keep you perfectly healthy.
Wait, really? You can get vitamin C from meat?
Yes, raw meat and organs contain it. But the catch is that cooking the meat destroys that fragile vitamin.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
So drinking warm blood straight from a newly harvested animal isn't just some, performative ritual.
It's medicine.
It's an evolutionary adaptation. In an environment completely devoid of agriculture, it acts as an immediate calorie injection in the freezing cold.
That makes total sense.
It's a zero-waste, hyper-local diet that evolved to fuel the human engine when your environment offers zero plant life.
That biological necessity perfectly mirrors their social structure, too. Which leads us to the next slide, titled Spirits of Fire and Ice, Beliefs and Family.
The social structure is super complex.
It is. The facts here show that their spirituality is rooted deeply in animism and shamanism.
Yes.
So there's this profound reverence for the spirits of fire, the animals they herd, the tundra itself. But what's interesting is this exists right alongside modern Russian Orthodox Christianity.
Yeah, they blend the two quite seamlessly.
And on the family side, it's a patrilineal society. Yet women hold incredibly powerful roles. They manage the complex logistics of camp life, the herding, and child rearing.
They are incredibly busy.
It's this fascinating contradiction to me. It's a patrilineal society, meaning descent follows the male line, but practically the women are fundamentally the COOs, the chief operating officers of the community.
The women are absolutely the engineers of the camp.
Yeah.
I mean, they're managing the intricate logistics of the Chum, deciding how everything runs, orchestrating the daily survival. And that physical survival is completely intertwined with their spirituality. Respecting the fire in the tundra isn't just a religious concept for them, it's highly practical.
So you mean their belief system is basically just a survival manual?
Exactly. It's a survival manual disguised as a belief system.
Oh, I see.
If you disrespect the tundra by overgrazing it, your herd starves and you die. If you fail to honor the spirit of the fire by maintaining it poorly, you freeze.
So the animism acts as a strict code of ethics for environmental management.
Precisely. It's extremely practical.
And it's a manual that they have to communicate purely verbally, right? Which brings up our next slide. It's titled The Voices of Yamal, Roots of the Spoken Word.
The language is amazing.
The facts here are so surprising. The Nenets language belongs to the Samoyedic branch of the Uralic language family.
Right.
It has this ancient lineage with distant connections to Finnish, Hungarian, and Estonian. Currently, there are about 30,000 active speakers, and there are community-led revitalization efforts underway.
Which is great to see.
But I'm genuinely shocked by this family tree.
The Finnish connection.
Yeah. The idea that a reindeer herder living in minus 40 degrees in Siberia shares a linguistic ancestor with someone sitting in a cafe in modern-day Finland or Hungary, that's wild.
It really is. But language basically acts as a historical record. It preserves ancient human migration patterns like fossils trapped within the spoken word.
Wow, like fossils.
Yeah. The split between these Uralic branches happened millennia ago. Yet those structural echoes remain today. It shows how these incredibly diverse populations once shared a common origin before expanding across the Eurasian continent.
So how does a linguistic fossil actually function in daily conversation? Let's unpack the next slide. It's titled Linguistic Architecture, How Nenets Works.
This gets a bit technical, but it's brilliant.
Well, the materials give us two massive features to look at. First is vowel harmony,
Right.
where vowels must sound in tune with one another. And second is complex morphology, which is this densely packed word-building system where one word can equal an entire sentence.
It's incredibly efficient.
And historically, it was viewed as a sacred force, not just basic communication. But I have to say, that vowel harmony concept blows my mind.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, comparing the language to a symphony where every vowel has to be played in the exact same key, that's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It gives the spoken language this wonderfully resonant, flowing quality. But the complex morphology is where we really see the physical culture reflected directly in the grammar.
What do you mean?
Well, in English, we string together separate words to build a thought, right?
Right, like, I am going to the store.
Exactly. Or, I am going to herd the reindeer tomorrow.
Okay.
In Nenets, you would take a root word for reindeer, attach a suffix indicating a future action, add another suffix for the first-person speaker, and suddenly you have one single dense word communicating that entire sentence.
Oh, wow. So this hyper-efficiency in their speech perfectly mirrors their highly efficient, zero-waste physical lifestyle.
Exactly. It's a zero-waste linguistic architecture for a zero-waste culture.
That is fascinating.
There are no wasted syllables in the language, just like there are no wasted parts of the reindeer in their diet or shelter.
That makes perfect sense. But for most of their history, that linguistic architecture only existed in the air.
Right, it wasn't written down.
Which brings us to the next slide. It's titled, From Epics to Alphabets, The Evolution of Writing.
This is a huge shift for them.
It is. The Linglobe materials outline that in the past, this was a strictly oral tradition. For millennia, knowledge lived entirely in human memory.
Just think about that for a second.
It's hard to grasp.
Ugh.
In the present, they use an adapted Cyrillic alphabet, which was modified in the 20th century to capture the unique phonetic sounds of the language.
Yeah, the Russian alphabet.
Right. And today, it thrives in modern media. It's in classrooms, children's books, local radio. But I want to pause on the past.
Okay.
Just imagine possessing an entire library's worth of knowledge using only your biological brain. No hard drive to back it up.
No cloud storage.
Right. If the community forgets something, the knowledge is simply gone forever.
The cognitive load of maintaining an entirely oral culture like that is absolutely staggering.
It has to be.
So adopting the modified Cyrillic alphabet was a massive cultural transition. But it really highlights their profound adaptability.
How so?
Adopting writing didn't erase their culture. It actually gave it new avenues to survive in the modern era.
like the radio and books.
Yes. Translating those sounds into written letters allow the Nenets to protect their language from just being swallowed whole by the dominant culture around them.
So as a survival tool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, local radio broadcasts and books act as a bridge, helping younger generations navigate both the traditional tundra life and the modern world.
That's amazing. But it does make me wonder, what exactly were they memorizing before they had those books?
A vast amount of information.
And that is covered in our final slide today. It's titled The Echoes of Epics, the Power of Storytelling.
The storytelling is incredible.
The facts show that epic storytelling competitions are a cornerstone of their cultural celebrations. They feature massive, intricate histories and spiritual epics that are memorized flawlessly without any notes. Storytelling is basically the cultural glue preserving their survival knowledge and history.
It holds the community together.
I think we often view storytelling, like bedtime stories, as just pure entertainment.
Oh, totally.
But I want to point out that in this context, these aren't just fables. These are literal survival manuals passed down through generations.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
In an environment as unforgiving as Yamal, a drop stitch in the cultural memory could mean the difference between life and death.
Wow.
These epics, which, by the way, can sometimes take hours or even days to recite fully. Days. And they encode the safe migration routes, the subtle behaviors of the reindeer, the shifting patterns of the weather, and the ethical rules of the community.
All in the story.
All memorized perfectly. Storytelling is the essential infrastructure of their society. In the freezing tundra, reciting these epics is just as critical for community survival as building the Chum or herding the reindeer.
It all just weaves together so perfectly.
It really does.
The reindeer, the Chum, the language, the stories. As we reflect on the Linglobe materials today, the Nenets truly represent a masterclass in human adaptation.
They absolutely do.
They've taken an environment that literally translates to the end of the world, and they've engineered a thriving, highly structured home.
And honestly, it really makes you rethink the untapped capacity of human memory in our modern technology-dependent world.
What do you mean?
Well, if an entirely oral culture can flawlessly preserve complex survival knowledge and epic histories across millennia, all in the harshest conditions on Earth, it proves that our own brains are capable of so much more than we realize. We rely so heavily on our devices, but the human mind is incredible.
That is definitely a profound thought for all of us to ponder as we go about our day. We really appreciate you joining us for this journey into the Linglobe materials. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching until the end. We will continue to bring you many more languages from around the world. Please subscribe to our channel. See you next time on the Linglobe channel.